Good day, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, the resident movie lover himself, Justin, Bridgewater's Finest on YouTube, Blockbuster_guy on Twitter, and it is finally that time of year, the best time of year for movie fans. It is time for the 2013 Bridgewater's Finest Movie Awards. Take that, Oscars. Now, a little bit of housekeeping. We're going to get right into this video, but I got to let you know a couple of things first. We made a couple of changes from last year. You're going to notice that I said movie awards because we're not doing other awards this year. We're not doing the sports awards, we're not doing MMA, and we're not doing video games. Only reason being, I played no new video games really in 2013. I didn't pay nearly as much attention to MMA as I typically do, and the sports awards, I don't feel like I'm saying enough different. I'm not really saying anything that you couldn't get somewhere else and arguably better, so I don't feel justified in doing it. So for this year, we're going to get rid of the rest of them. We're going to double down and go all in on movie awards. Now, if you don't like that, if you want me to change that up for next year, then that's something that we can look at. But for this year, we're going to focus entirely on movies. Also, this is as good a time as any to point out that this year we are co-branded and co-hosted with my new movie blog, The Resident Movie Lover movie blog at residentmovielover.blogspot.ca. Now the link there is going to show up in the description at the bottom of the video, so you want to go, you want to check that out. We're going to be hosting the movie award videos there, and there's a ton of great articles there, both from myself and from other contributors to the blog, so check us out. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. We're going to be giving out some awards in this video. We're going to be giving the award for the best sci-fi fantasy movie of the year, best comedy, best drama, best action. These are all awards I did not have last year, so we're going to do that. But before we get into that, we got a couple things we got to get into. And as any good movie reviewer knows, especially ones that do awards at the end of a year, it just becomes physically impossible to see everything. It's almost impossible, unless you're getting paid to do this, which I'm not, unless you count the one YouTube check I've received. I don't get paid to do this. I don't do this professionally. This is just something that I do. And because of that, it's just impossible for me to get out to see everything, to download everything, to watch everything. So unfortunately, I've got a rather extensive list of shame being movies I didn't get to see this year. I'm going to put my full list of shame in the description also to this video, but I mean the big one for me this year was Wolf of Wall Street. I can't believe that my local theater didn't bring in Wolf of Wall Street. I didn't get to see it. No DVD screeners came up online. So if you're a big Wolf of Wall Street fan, unfortunately, you're not going to see that anywhere in these videos because I just didn't get around to seeing it. The Fifth Estate was another big one that I really wanted to see. I didn't even necessarily think Fifth Estate was going to be a great movie, but I wanted to include it. I wanted it to at least be there in the running. Stand Up Guys, Byzantium, R.E.D 2, Frozen. I didn't see Frozen, and Frozen was like the big kids movie this year. Grudge Match, which apparently is really funny. Captain Phillips, The Book Thief. There's a lot of movies I just didn't get to see. So look in the description to the video. You're going to see my entire list of shame. It's Resident Movie Lover's great shame, and I apologize. So let's get right into the awards. The first award I'm going to give out in this video is the best cheater film. Cheater film? What's that? Yes, I am so in love with the concept of the cheater film in my awards that I'm giving it its own special award. But first I got to define for you what exactly a cheater film is. A cheater film, to me, is a movie that was technically released in a year that was not the current year, so a movie that was released in 2012 or even before, but that got a major theatrical release in North America in 2013. Now, I've had cheaters every year that I've done movie awards, and I'll let you know, in giving out this award for the best cheater movie of 2013, there were 6 nominees. There were 6 movies that I saw that were technically from 2012 or before, but that got major theatrical releases or just major North American releases in some way. So I'll let you in on what those movies were. John Dies at the End, You're Next, Spring Breakers, Black Rock, Bullet to the Head, and No One Lives. So those were the 6, I guess, nominees for Best Cheater Film of the Year. And in 2013, my personal pick for Best Cheater Film of the Year is Spring Breakers. Now, you're also going to notice when I'm doing these awards, we're not going to be talking about these movies too much. The reason for that being, when we get around to the main event, the top 20 best movies of 2013, chances are we're going to be talking about them. So I really don't want to bury the lead, and I don't want to double back and just sort of repeat things I'm already saying. So we're really not going to be talking too much about the movies. But let's keep it going now. Let's give the award for the best action movie of 2013. Now, for me, an action movie, it's got to have a couple of things. Visually, it's got to be really, really good. It's got to be visually beautiful. It's got to be fast-paced. It doesn't necessarily have to have the best story you've ever seen, but above all, it needs to be exciting. And under those terms, my personal pick for the best action movie of 2013 is Pacific Rim. Come on, giant kaiju monsters versus giant fighting robots? Come on. Let's move on to the award for the best drama movie of 2013. Now, for me, a really good drama movie has to, above and beyond, be emotionally evocative. It's got to be a movie that really brings out emotions, whether they're pleasant emotions or unpleasant emotions. It's got to be real good at bringing those emotions to the surface. It's got to be moving. It's got to have really memorable characters. Any good drama is built around its characters, and it's a movie that's got to be carried by tone rather than by action. And under those terms, for me, my personal pick for the best drama movie of 2013 is Prisoners. Moving right along now, let's give out the award for the best comedy movie of the year. Above all else, comedy movies got to be funny. If it's not funny, you failed at making a comedy movie. That's pretty straightforward. But to me, I also give major bonus points for original comedy. Comedy that I haven't necessarily seen before. And under those terms, my personal pick for the 2013 Best Comedy Movie of the Year goes to This Is the End. A good fantasy or sci-fi movie to me has to have really good internal logic. It's got to make sense inside of its own universe. It can be forgivably silly, but it's got to build a great universe, and it's got to make sense within that universe. Under these terms, I think most people know where I'm going to go with this. My personal pick for the best fantasy or sci-fi movie of 2013 is The Hobbit: The Desolation of Smaug. So that's going to do it for this video. It's the first video of the 2013 Bridgewater's Finest Movie Awards. Really, really pumped to be doing this. Of course, again, in conjunction with the Resident Movie Lover blog at residentmovielover.blogspot.ca. Link in the description. Go check us out there. Thank you very much for watching. Tune in for part 2. We'll see you then.